Alright, quick update on waves. So, a lot of the altcoins are getting battered hard today. The CPI report came out, 8.6% increase year to date. Because of that, Bitcoin's dumping, stock market's dumping, the dollar is pumping, and subsequently the altcoins are getting battered. Now, let's check out how our prediction from the last video panned out. Last video, we broke down below the EMA ribbons. We came up and back tested them, started to move down, and we flipped bearish. Since then, we were predicting a 21% move to the downside. We came down 20.22%, and we're currently sitting about a 19% decrease since we made that prediction, which is great. Looking at the volume is exponentially increasing in favor of the bears, and looking at the squeeze mom on the 4 hour, you can see bearish. The bearish candles are exponentially increasing on the squeeze mom on the 4 hour. This, if it hasn't already come over, it has started to come over. Daily time frame, bulls have started to lose control after this pump. So you can see, you know, we had this rally, we came into the EMA ribbons, we made a rounding top. The momentum indicator is starting to pull back to the downside, and this is exactly what we saw when we were coming up to the top. We were running out of momentum here. We started to come back, we lost momentum here, and we flipped over into a massive bearish trend. And I think this is what we're about to witness again. Now, I don't necessarily think we're going to go as crazy to the downside as we previously did. The market cap is a lot lower than it was back then, but nonetheless, I do think waves is unfortunately getting ready for a big move to the downside. Let me clear up my chart a little bit, because it does look like we are panning something out like a bull flag, but looking at this, it looks more like a bullish pennant. We came down, we broke to the upside of this. This was a failed move. A failed move equals a fast move in the opposite direction, and because of that, we are now moving to the downside. So this is actually not good. You know, you can't have any more touch points below here unless you draw something like this, but I mean, even so, you have invalidated it. This was a bullish pennant. We had a breakout once again, break up to the 4 hourly EMA ribbons. That was a failed move. What do you know, as I always say on my channel, a failed move equals a fast move in the opposite direction. I am expecting us to move back down to much lower price targets, unfortunately. Now, we've already started to move down into our fibs. We've bounced onto the 618 Fibonacci. We've come right into the golden pocket. You can tell, you know, this is the most important region where I've got this kind of a goldeny hue over on my Fibonacci's. I like to draw my fibs like this. I've got the most important ranges between the 0.5 and the 786 highlighted. So it seems like $6.98 is probably about to start capitulating, and $5.70 would be your next line in the sand. So from where we are now, just like in the last video, how I was predicting a 21% move, that is basically now completed. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm now predicting another 20.5% move, and this is in the short term. In higher time frames, I think it's going to get a lot worse, because 4 hourly squeeze mom just started a bearish trend. Daily squeeze mom just started to lose momentum, and we haven't even stepped over into a bearish trend yet. So if anything, I think we're probably coming back to the 2020 all-time highs. This was round about $4.88. So I'm actually going to focus much more on this. I'm going to keep this Fibonacci here, just so you know that this is a level of support. This is $5.72. Actually, let me keep the fib on the screen. There's actually not too many drawings going on right now. So these are the next major areas to keep your eyes on, $5.70 and $4.87. At this moment in time, I am predicting another 32% drop for waves. So all I've got for you today. As always, best of luck, not financial advice. Cowboy out. Peace.